So in this lesson, we're going to be taking a look at 3 chords, okay, that all use the same shape. Okay, we're going to be using a movable shape. Okay, and the first chord we're going to look at is going to be a Bmin7 chord. Okay, and it looks like this. I'll move a little bit closer so you can get a better view. Okay, now the trick with these movable chords is this first finger here. This is tricky. Is going to come across and bar, okay, all the 5 strings on the 2nd fret. Okay, the important note here is the one that's found under the 1st finger, okay, on the 2nd fret, 5th string. This note is B. Okay, and we're going to be playing the Bmin7 chord first. So the Bmin7 chord has the root note of B. Okay, let's check out the rest of the notes. From there, we're going to use our 2nd and 3rd fingers. Okay, this 3rd finger comes over to the 4th fret, okay, on the 4th string. Okay, we then leave the open the 3rd string, okay, which is played by the 1st finger, barring on the 2nd fret. Okay, we then play with our 2nd finger on the 3rd fret 2nd string. So we'd have and then we finish it up by just letting the 1st finger again play the 2nd fret on the 1st string. Okay, so that's the idea of this bar chord. This finger bars, okay, the 5 strings on the 2nd fret. Okay, the root note of the chord is found here under the 2nd fret of the 5th string for the note of B. Let's recap. Okay, we bar 2nd fret, strings 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, our 3rd finger comes over and plays on the 4th fret, 4th string. The 3rd string is open, so to speak, but it's played by the 1st finger here, resting on the 2nd string. Okay, our 2nd finger, okay, plays on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string, and the note that's left is the 2nd fret 1st string, played here by the 1st finger barring across those strings. So our chord shape looks like that. Okay, and that's your Bmin7 chord. Okay, so this is going to take a little bit of work for you with the bar chord, and it's going to be a little tough on the fingers, but go for it. These chords are really cool. Movable chord shapes are hugely useful to us. Okay, so let's take a look at how we can take this one shape and move it into 2 other chords we're going to learn. So remember what I said, this is the root note is found here on the 2nd fret, okay, of the 5th string for the note of B. And every other note we play on it is going to be played as a fretted note. There are no open strings here. So this is a completely what we call closed shape. Okay, every note is played with a finger pushing down. So therefore, this shape becomes movable. So what I mean by that, if we take the whole shape and I move everything up 1 fret. So now, okay, I've got my 1st finger barring across the same strings, okay, 5 strings, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, on the 3rd fret. So therefore this note here, which was the root note here of B, the B minor, this root note here becomes C. So therefore this shape becomes Cmin7, because every other note inside that chord relates back to the root. Therefore this chord shape here becomes Cmin7. So we've taken a Bmin7 chord and we've moved it all up 1 fret to Cmin7. Okay. If we then take the same shape and move it up another 2 frets, so we're barring on the 5th fret. Okay. Okay. Therefore this note under my 1st finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string is the note of D. Therefore this chord shape here now becomes Dmin7. So we're taking a single shape, okay, and moving it around the guitar using our knowledge of root notes, okay, of the chord, and targeting those root notes to give us 3 different chords, all based on the same shape. Okay, so let's recap. We've got our Bmin7 chord here. We slide that up 1 fret to get Cmin7. we slide it up now another 2 frets to get Dmin7. Okay, and those are the 3 chords we're looking at. So now let's look at the arpeggio that goes with that. So as we've got one chord shape used 3 different ways with 3 different root notes, okay, we can take one arpeggio shape and use it 3 different ways by revoicing the arpeggio or replaying the arpeggio from the root note. So let's look at the Bmin7 Arpeggio. So the Bmin7 Arpeggio will sound like this. There we have it. Okay, so let's look at this guy. We have our first finger here on the 2nd fret 5th string for the note of B. Little finger comes up and plays on the 5th fret of the 2nd string for the note of D, which is the minor 3rd. Third finger is then played on the 4th fret of the 4th string for the note of F sharp, which is the 5th, root, minor 3rd, 5th. We then take our first finger and play the A note on the 2nd fret 3rd string, following that up with the B note on the 4th fret 3rd string. There, that's our first octave. You can hear that goes. There's my Bmin7. The notes will fit exactly as all arpeggios do, okay? Moving on, we take our second finger to the 3rd fret on the 2nd string for the note of D. That's our next minor 3rd. D, B to D. Our first finger comes over and plays on the 2nd fret of the top string, number 1 string for the note of F sharp, which is the 5th. Okay, so we have 4th fret 3rd string, 3rd fret 2nd string, 2nd fret 1st string. Okay. Our little finger then comes up to the 5th fret for the note of A, and then slides up to the 7th fret for the note of B. That's our second octave. So now if we put those 2 octave shapes together, we end up with that's your Bmin7 Arpeggio. Now, the same thing applies with the arpeggio shape as we did with the chord shape. So this one arpeggio shape, okay, we would, if you memorize the finger positions, this is why the muscle memory and using the right fingers to play the arpeggios are really important. So we've got our first finger, 1st, 4th, 3rd, 1st, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, little finger, 4th, slide up. If we memorize that position with our fingers, we can then move up 1 fret, play exactly the same pattern, and you will end up with the Cmin7 Arpeggio again. Okay. So now logically, let's move it up 2 frets to the note of D, starting on the 5th fret of the 5th string, play the same pattern. 1, 4, next string, 3rd finger, next string, 1st finger, 3rd finger, 2nd finger, 1st, 4th finger. You have your Dmin7 Arpeggio. This is where the power of these movable shapes really comes into play. Okay, so there's your 3 arpeggios, and I would start first of all working on the Bmin7 Arpeggio down here, and then really slowly work through it, okay, and memorize the finger numbers, the finger position. Use the correct fingers in the correct sequence, okay. So when you move it, you're just recalling from memory the fingers that you're using. There we have it. So we can talk more in lessons about it, but that will get you going on these 3 important chords, 3 important arpeggios, which underlying it is 1 chord shape and 1 arpeggio shape. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.